everybody, welcome to The Colors of Beauty by Elle. I'm Isabel. Welcome back and welcome all my new subscribers. I have a review for you today and a swatchy swatch on the new Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. Okay, I got this palette on the Urban Decay site the day that it launched. So I was there, you know, looking at it going, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, waiting for it to, like, you know, come online. So then I was fortunate enough to, you know, grab it. So before they ran out, of course it is, I do have to say, it is a permanent palette. So you guys can, you know, get it. So it's not a, they're not going to do it for a limited edition. So you don't have to worry about that. So, but I wanted to go ahead and get it early so I can show you guys what, and do a review on it, what the swatches look like too. Anyways, this is what the box looks like. It's really, really pretty. It looks like it's got smoke in the front of the box and some, you know, silver lettering here. Okay, and this is the back, and it tells you all the different colors. Okay, and when you open it up, you do get a pamphlet. Of course, it's just a pamphlet showing you how to do different looks, all right, for your eyes. And so this is what the actual palette looks like. I really, really like this packaging that it comes in. I like it because you can actually, you know, it's magnetic and it's actually a little bit heavier than the other Nakeds. I think not in, I don't know, it just seems a little bit more substantial in the packaging, so it doesn't get all over the place, so you can travel really easy with it. But yet it is lightweight, which I like that because I travel a lot, so I like to take at least one palette with me. So I did get it for $54 on the Urban Decay site when it did come out, and it is net 0.05 ounces in each of those little guys in here. And so let's get started with what it looks like inside. So when you open it, it does have a mirror. I didn't take out the protective backing on the mirror yet because I usually don't. Because I don't use the mirrors, only sometimes, once in a long while, I do use the mirrors, but for the most part, I don't, because I like to use my own mirror, you know, the magnifying one, because I wear glasses. So anyways, this is what the palette looks like with all the different colors in it, and it does come with a brush. And so if I can get this out. And with like most Urban Decay brushes, it is like a blending side and a smaller shade, you know, blending side as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you guys, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the palette. I did do a smoky eye today using this palette. And so if you guys want a tutorial on this, let me know and I'll be happy to do it for you. Okay, so let's get on with the swatches. I'm going to put on my glasses here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you guys. And I'm going to start from this way to this way. And I'm going to be using my exact blending brush A32 from Sigma. Okay, and I got this one only because it's a little bit flat and I can lay down the color a little bit better on my arm. So the first one is called High, and High is described as a champagne shimmer. That's this one here. Okay. And we'll put this right here. This one is High. Next one is called Dirty Sweet. It's in here. I'm going to put this one right here. Okay, this one's described as a medium bronze with a metallic shimmer. And this one is called Radar. This one is described as a metallic taupe. Okay. This one is called Armor. This one's described as a metallic-y taupe. Metallic-y taupe color. And this one is called Slanted. Slanted is described as a light metallic gray. Light metallic gray. Okay. This one's described as a medium gray. Medium charcoal gray, excuse me. Okay. This one is called Black Market. And this is more of a jet black satin. Okay. This one is called Smolder. This is a deep plum color. Deep plum taupe color is what they describe it as. There it is right there. This one is Password. This one is described as a cool tone matte color. Cool tone matte color. Okay, that was Password. The next one is Whiskey. Whiskey is described as a rich brown matte color. Okay. Okay, this one is Combust. Combust. This one is a soft pink taupe color. That's what they describe it as. And then you have a light beige satin, which is 13. That's what this one is, 13. And we'll put 13 right here. Up a little bit more, because with my skin tone, it doesn't really show up that much. There it goes. Okay. and that one is a light beige satin. Okay, so these are the swatches from the Smoky, the Urban Decay Smoky palette. Okay, now I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Okay, so my thoughts on this palette. I wanted to see how it reacted with primer and without primer. So I did put some on with primer on one eye and primer without. And I should have taken pictures, but I didn't at the time. Don't know why. I was just in one of those things thinking, But I do have to say that with this particular formula in this palette, you should definitely use a primer. And the reason why is because I find that these shadows in this palette are firmer and more packed in the little palettes here, in the little individual colors. They're drier in consistency, which makes them, you know, when you swatch it, it's like slick. You know how you feel it when it's slicker, and it's not very powdery, which is good because you don't have a lot of fallout with the shadows. So that's a good thing. But the downside of it is that when you put it on, because they are drier, it tends, you have to work a little bit more at blending the color out. So I would recommend using a fluffy brush when you when you put the application of the shadow on. For instance, when you put the application here, you know, the places where you really want it to blend out, I wouldn't go with a firm shader brush. I would go with maybe a fluffier brush to do that, because you're not going to get a lot of movement if you put it with this one here, because once you pack it in there, you know, and then you try to blend it out, you're going to have to work a little bit harder in blending out the shadow. There is one that did really well for me, that blended really good with and without primer, and that was Combust. That was this one here. It is, I think it's, for me, in my opinion, I think it's the softest one out of the palette, which is nice. It does have a tiny bit of fallout because it is a little bit softer than the rest of them, but that's okay. But the rest of them are pretty compact in there. Now the one that has this color here, which one is that? It is Armor, this one right here. This one tends to have a little bit more of a peppery, flakes in it. I don't know how to describe it better than that. So when you put it on, the little bit of glitter that it does have on there, typical of Urban Decay, it does have a little bit of peppery fallout on it. Not too bad, but it does. Like when I put it here, I would suggest putting that one on with your finger, because I think it does stay a little bit better, and it does, the payoff is a little bit better when you use it with your finger, if you want to do that. But if you do use it with a brush, you might want to use a shader brush on that one instead of a fluffy brush. So you can press down on it and then get the formula on here, when you're putting it on your lid. Okay, but for the most part, I did find that they wore pretty good on me. It does wear for about 7 hours on me before it starts to get a little bit fadey. And also, some of the colors are a little bit, how can I say, patchy. So when you put it on, it does tend to be a little patchy, so you really want to, again, you really want to be careful and use maybe a fluffy brush when you're using this color in particular, this color and the black. So you do want to do that because it doesn't tend to, if you use the shader brush again, it tends to kind of just sit there and you can't, it's harder to blend out once you put that on. So anyways, in my opinion, I give this Urban Decay 8B because of the formula being a little bit drier and it does stay there a little bit more. You have to blend it out. You try a little bit harder. So I do give it a B, but all in all, I really love the colors, and you can do any smoky eye you want in here. And for the most part, you can also do a neutral eye as well. You know, you've got some colors here that you can do a neutral eye, and with these 3 here as well. So it's a nice palette to have if you're looking to do a smoky eye. This is definitely your guy. So I give it a B for because of the formula, and also the brush. I do have to mention the brush. Now they give you the normal typical brush that they have in most of the Urban Decay. They give you a fluffy brush on this side and then a smaller brush on this side, more for, you know, for the detail down in here. I do wish, though, they would have given you a firm shader brush on this side and then keep this one on this side here. That way it'll give you both, the best of both on one brush. But they didn't, but what do? You know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So anyways, you guys, that is my take on the Naked Smoky palette from Urban Decay. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I will have swatches on my Instagram and my Facebook, and so follow me on that. And I do have Twitter, so follow me on those, on that social media, you guys. And I do have snail mail, so don't forget about that. And I hope this was helpful for you guys to decide whether you want it or not, and if you think that the colors are for you. So that's it for today, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, colorful day, and I'll see you